Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Coach Duhon Does Geometry Notes. We're going to talk about surface area of prisms, cylinders, and then pyramids and cones. All right, to start with, cylinders and prisms. Cylinders and prisms both have two bases, but only prisms have faces. So the sides are faces. The bases of any cylinder prism must be parallel. All right, so cylinder and prism. If we look down here at the bottom, that's an idea of what cylinders and prisms look like. Let's talk about them for just a second. Our formulas for lateral area, perimeter times height. If it's a cylinder, our lateral area then becomes circumference times height. So lateral area, total surface area for either of them, we could also say total surface area is lateral area plus 2b. All right. P is the perimeter of the base. C is circumference of the base for a cylinder. H is height. Big B is area of the base. Lateral surface area and total surface area. Lateral surface area excludes bases. All right, so if I set it on its base, then it's just the stuff around it that is the lateral surface area. So a few things to look at with our cylinders and prisms. This is the radius of our cylinder, and this is the height. And our center is right there. For a prism, so for a prism we can pick any two sides. If it's a rectangular prism, we can pick any two sides that are parallel to be the base. So if this is my base and then this is my base, then I would say base and base. And the other four are all faces. And this one is a triangular prism. Because the bases are triangles. So here's a base and here's a base. And then I've got the faces all the way around. All right? So the faces are the sides. Moving on, next page. Flip it over. So example 1 wants us to find the lateral surface area and total surface area of this prism. Again, you can pick any two parallel sides to be the base, but let's just go ahead and say it's the bottom and the top. All right, this is a rectangular prism. And our lateral area is the perimeter times our height. Excuse me. So the perimeter of this guy is 2 times 10 plus 3, right? It's 10 plus 3, and then the back over here is 10, and this side is 3 as well. And our height all the way around is 4. So this is 2 times 13 times 4, which is 26 times 4. That is 104. That's our lateral area is 104. Our total area is the lateral area plus 2 times the base. I already know my lateral area is 104. And then the area of the base is 10 times 3. So this is 104 plus 2 times 10 times 3 is 30, which is 104 plus 60, so 164. Total area is 164 for that guy. All right, number 2. Here we have a cylinder. So of course in a cylinder the bases are going to be the circles. This one is a cylinder. All right, our lateral area for a cylinder is circumference times height, which is 2 pi r times height. So 2 pi times our radius of 3 times the height of 6. So this is 2 times pi times 18, so that's 36 pi. That's our lateral area. Our total area is the lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. So this is overall formula for total surface area of a cylinder, 2 pi r h plus 2 times pi r squared. I already know 2 pi r h is 36 pi. 2 times pi times the radius of 3, which is 9. So 36 pi plus 18 pi gives me 54 pi for the total area. Because 9 equals 3 squared. Okay, pretty straightforward, I think. For example 3, we're going to have now a hexagonal prism. Oops, goes down here. Hexagonal prism. All right, our lateral area, again, is the perimeter times the height. So the perimeter is 4 times 6, and our height is 12. Easy enough, 24 times 12, which is 288. That's our lateral area. All right. For our total area, recall that for the area of a regular polygon, we have to determine what the apothem is. All right. I know in this hexagon, each of those lengths are 2. If I divide it in half, this is always going to be a 30-degree angle. So this triangle is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Recall that in a 30, 60, 90 triangle, we have L, 2L, and L squared of 3. So that means that our apothem here is 2 square root 3. So we're going to say total area equals perimeter of the height plus 2 times the base. I already know this is 288 plus 2 times 1/2 AP. So this is 288 plus 2 times 1/2 times 2 square root of 3 times our perimeter of 24. The half and the 2 go away. So I'm left with 288 plus 2 times 24, 48 square root 3. That's our total area in exact form. 288 plus 48 square root 3. Okay? One more little puzzle on prisms, cylinders, and then we'll move on. We're given the fact that the total area of the cylinder is 144 pi. We know the radius, find the height. All right, so if we're dealing with this, the first thing we need to do is draw a dadgum cylinder. Just connect the sides. There's my cylinder. I know that the radius is 6. I do not know the height. All right, our formula for total area, as we showed on the previous page, is 2 pi RH plus 2 pi r squared. This is circumference times height plus 2 times the area of the base. So 144 equals 2 pi, 144 pi. 144 pi equals 2 pi times our radius of 6 times our height plus 2 pi times 6 squared. All right, each of the terms has a pi, so I know I can cancel those pi's out, just divide them away. So I'm left with 144 equals 12h plus 2 times 36, which is 72. Subtract 72 from both sides. It's going to give me 72 equals 12h. Divide by 12. That gives me h equals 6 meters. All right, so that's all about cylinders. This is a little bit slanted of a cylinder. It shouldn't be that. It should be an actual straight up and down one. All right, next we're going to talk about pyramids and cones. All right, again, our lateral area, this is if it's a pyramid. If it's a cone, it's going to be 1/2 circumference times L, which is 1/2 times 2 pi RL. So this is actually equal to pi RL. Our total surface area is going to be pi RL plus pi R squared for a cylinder. Pi RL plus pi R squared. Only got one base when I'm dealing with a pyramid or a cone. The way that I remember the difference between pyramids and cones, if it's a prism, it ends in SM. So a prism ends in SM, that means same to me. So they have the same sides, same faces, same bases on either side. Pyramid ends in a D, and the D has the point, so that lets me remember that it has a point at the top. New term here is L, which is the slant height. We call it slant height. It's the distance measuring the height of the face. So in our cone, this right here is the slant height, L. Over here, this is our slant height. All right. So it's this distance measured along the face from the apex, which is the top, down to the side of the base. Apex down to the side of the base. The vertical distance from the apex to the base is just the height, which is given as h. This is the center of our cone, and of course this is the radius, which is r. All right, so just a couple of quick problems here. The lateral area and total surface area of the square pyramid, the base is a square. So if it's a square, I know that both sides are 12. The lateral area of a pyramid is 1/2 PL, which is 1/2. Our perimeter is 12, 12, 12, and 12. So this is 48. And then L, in order to figure out what L is, I pull this triangle out. So I'm looking at a cross section now. This is my height of 8, that's L. And this distance is to the center of the square. All right, so it goes halfway across the square here. So this is 6. If that's the case, remember your Pythagorean triple. That means that L has to be 10. 6, 8, 10 is a Pythagorean triple. It's a multiple of 3, 4, 5. So 1/2 times 48 times 10, which is 24 times 10, which is 240. So our lateral area. The area of the base is 12 squared, which is 144. So this is 240 plus 144, which is 384. Just like that. So that's lateral and total surface area of a square pyramid. You can have a hexagonal pyramid, a pentagonal pyramid, all those different shapes. But just remember, you find the area about 1/2 AP. This one, it gives us L for the slant height of our cone, so we don't have to determine it. The base is a circle because it's a cone. Lateral area is pi RL because it's 1/2 times the circumference times the slant height. So this is pi times a radius of 3 times L of 6. So that's 18 pi. The area of the base here is just pi r squared. So that's pi times 3 squared, which is 9 pi. 9 plus 18 is 27 pi. That is it. I hope you enjoyed the notes, and I hope everything is much more clear to you now. Have a great day, and